Welcome to week 4 of our travel journal. This week we go up Thailand's highest mountain, we do a walking tour around the Chiang Mai city walls, and we eat vegan donuts.
We kicked the week off on Saturday with a light lunch followed by a beautiful massage in one of the many massage parlours in the city walls. I had an hour facial and Tom had an hour Indian head massage, and it just went down, a perfect treat on a Saturday afternoon. After our massage, we headed down to this time the Saturday night market, which is south of the city. It's pretty similar to the Sunday night market, just maybe not quite as busy. I think this is probably just because it's less advertised, but most of the stalls were the same. They had a lovely square where they were playing live music, and we finally got to try our sticky rice with mango. And then we stumbled across a silver temple, which was stunning, so we definitely want to go back and revisit that.
This morning we're off to hike Thailand's tallest mountain. Let's go!
So we booked this tour with a really nice family-run tour centre in the middle of Chiang Mai. The hike started through the jungle, passing beautiful waterfalls, rice fields and scenic viewpoints. It was honestly incredible. And then we arrived at a small rural village where they grew coffee beans. Now they also sold these coffee beans alongside candles and herbal teas, and we all got to try every single one of the tea and coffee as well, which is really, really nice. We ended up buying ourselves a small little candle as a memento.
After buying our candle, it was then time for lunch. We had sweet and sour, either chicken or tofu, and they had omelettes as well, and luckily they were able to accommodate for my vegan diet.
I picked up these banana chips at the coffee plantation. They are banging. So sweet. Good?
Just the best.
Recommend these. So this right here is the king. And his ashes are inside of this, and this is the highest point in Thailand right here, on top of the highest mountain in Thailand. So we made it.
Supposedly we were meant to rub this for good luck.
Good luck.
Chilly. It's a bit cold here now because we're up so high, and I didn't anticipate it, so I left my cardigan in the van, and I'm very cold. I've got goosebumps all down my legs.
This is the highest point in Thailand, but just because it's Thailand, you think it's going to be really hot. But it's. I mean, I'm in shorts and t-shirt. It's okay. It's fine for me, but I think
I've got goosebumps.
A jumper wouldn't go amiss. So
and trousers.
Yeah.
Maybe leggings would have been good today.
Yeah, true.
But
it's quite weird being in Thailand and needing
feeling
warmer
cold.
clothes. But as you can probably see behind us, is quite a nice little trail that we're on. So Doi in Thai means mountain, and Inthanon, I'm butchering it, is the last king of Chiang Mai. So some of his ashes are put up where we just showed you on the peak of this mountain, so that's why it's called Doi Inthanon, so mountain and the king's name basically. So yeah, there you go, fact of the day. One thing that I forgot to say about the highest mountain in Thailand as well is it's also part of the Himalayas, so that's pretty cool. It's about 4,900 meters or something like that from Everest. Always choose the stairs. So this is the king right here, and then right over there is the queen. And this is a spectacular view, that's for sure.
I managed to squeeze in a 5-minute meditation up here because it was so peaceful and beautiful. I actually did record it, so if you are interested in doing a 5-minute meditation, I'll pop the link below. After that, we continued to roam the grounds, and everything was just so beautiful with all the intricate little details they had on the buildings, and inside with the Buddha. It was amazing.
And this is the queen. Beautiful colour. Kind of prefer it to be honest.
Yeah, I do.
You do as well?
Yeah.
Don't tell the king that.
We're in the clouds.
Yeah. It's beautiful around the Queen's Pagoda. The bridge. And during the early months, January, February, March, all of these flowers blossom and look even prettier. Really stunning place. Highly recommend. Have to definitely come and visit if you're in Chiang Mai.
So after visiting the King and Queen's pagodas, we had 2 more stops left on our trip. The first was this beautiful local market just on the side of the road where we managed to pick up some mushroom crackers and experience a little bit of the local life. And then the final stop was this huge waterfall called Wat Cha Ra Tan, which I've probably butchered, but it was stunning, incredibly loud, and we actually got quite wet just from the spray, as you can probably see there by our hair. But it was a really cool experience and fascinating to see, so a really nice way to end the trip.
Home sweet home. We are both absolutely knackered after that.
Yes.
So we're going to shower up, have a nap maybe. We had already had a nap in the coach on the way back, and then go out for dinner. Let's go. Feeling better, much more refreshed, shower, changed,
Clean.
looking fancy. And now we're about to go out for some vegan pizza.
Since being in Thailand, we'd been recommended to go to this pizza place so many times. It was called Red Rabbit and it definitely did not disappoint.
No weekend is complete without a trip to the Sunday market. Now time for bed because we are shattered.
On the way back, we caught a bit of the opening ceremony of the Lantern Festival, which is held once a year in Chiang Mai.
Fast forward to Wednesday morning after the final day of the festival where we saw the aftermath outside the Tapai gate. On Wednesday morning we decided to do a free walking tour of the city. We headed to a local market first in the old town where we decided to go back later in the video to pick up some fresh fruit and vegetables for ourselves. It was a really cool experience, and during the walking tour we learned a lot about Chiang Mai and Thailand actually. We learned that Chiang Mai actually stands for New City, and that Thailand, or one of Thailand's meanings, is the land of freedom. We also learned that 700 years ago it only used to be the royal family that lived inside of the city walls. Each king back then as well had 800 wives. 800 wives, that is insane. And then the final fact that we learned was that inside of the temple grounds, each temple ground has 5 individual buildings. 3 of them are for religious services and then the other 2 are for the monks' dormitories.
We visited quite a few temples on this walking tour, which was amazing. They were all so beautiful. The architecture is just stunning. Inside one of the temples, they had paintings of the story of Buddha, which was really interesting. Another interesting thing this temple had were 7 bowls, each representing a day of a week. They believed that if you were born on a certain day, you hold certain characteristics. Mine said chatty and would be good in a teaching job or one that involves talking, which is funny as I'm a yoga teacher and spent the last 15 years as a hairdresser, which is basically all talking. One of the stops on the walking tour was outside what used to be the women's prison. Now, this was really interesting because our tour guide had said to us that 700 years ago, women used to get arrested just for having periods because it's what they thought was black magic. I find this really fascinating because I can't wrap my head around how they would reproduce if all the women were arrested for having periods. He did say that some people still believe that periods are black magic to this day. I don't know what people believe that, but you know, each to their own. Adding on to that, some of the temples, one of the temple grounds we went into, there was a building that women weren't allowed to go into, again, for having periods. So yeah, just really interesting and really fascinating.
So these elephants surrounded the whole building because of an earthquake. I don't know how long ago it was. They then all fell down, which is quite sad, as you can see here with this elephant missing his trunk.
Overall, this is probably one of my favourite days so far that we've had in Thailand, aside from maybe the elephants. just because it was so lovely to walk around the city. It was really nice to see all the buildings, see the way some locals live, learn more about the history of Chiang Mai. It was just a really, really great day.
For the rest of the week, we found local cafes to do some work from, and we stumbled across this beautiful donut cafe where all of the donuts were vegan.
Good morning. Today is Friday the 1st of December. Woo! So we just opened our advent calendars this morning. We've headed down to a sweet little smoothie bar. We've just ordered a fresh orange juice each and a smoothie bowl each. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to head to a working cafe. I've got a couple of videos to finish editing for my yoga classes. You've got a little bit of work to do. And then we're going to head to the local market to get some fruit and vegetables because we've been shopping in either Big C or Tops. And I actually don't think it's much cheaper than the UK. Like our last shop we spent £70 on, and we've used absolutely everything in our fridge now. The only thing we've got left is some grapes and water. That's it. So we thought if we try and go to the local markets to buy our fruit and veg, hopefully it'll be a bit cheaper.
Yeah, it's a bit of an experience as well, obviously buying from the local market. So we want to try and do that as well while we're here. So.
Hopefully fresh and organic.
Oh yeah, super fresh.
Yeah.
We just finished at the smoothie bowl place. It wasn't the cheapest actually. I think it was about £15 for both of us, and we've had like starters and dinners and drinks for cheaper than that. So, but those smoothie bowls, wherever we have them, Bali or Thailand, they're always quite expensive. So, just I don't know, part and parcel of that sort of type of food. But anyway, we're going to the working cafe now. It's about a 20-minute walk across the city, and then we'll be there for a few hours. So now we're going to the market, which is just behind me, to pick up all of the fresh fruit and veg. Now, as we said earlier, we normally do this in the supermarket, but we want to try and get the full experience of picking up at a fresh market. So let's go.
So far we picked up onions, tomatoes, we'll get some peppers for fajitas. And what about that broccoli over there? Why don't you pick that up?
Big one?
Yep, whichever one. So how much did it come to?
140 baht.
Wow. And how much is that in pounds? Let's work this out. I'm going to guess about £4. £3.
Yeah.
£3.14 for all them veg. Whole bag full that will last us all week. Easy.
All the veg, now time for some fruit.
So we've only got, how much change have we got?
33.
Is that, what's that?
34.
Oh, 34. And we're going to see if we can try and get a pineapple for 34. But we don't know.
First.
Sorry?
Pineapple first.
Thank you. Did we win? How much was that?
20 baht.
Yeah.
29 baht.
To end the week, on Friday evening, we did a home-cooked meal with the fresh veggies that we picked up from the market earlier in the week. We also attempted to make spring rolls, but as you'll see in a second on the left-hand side of the screen, it didn't work out too well, and Lottie certainly wasn't impressed by my cooking, so I don't think we'll be doing those again. Thanks for watching. Join us next week where we finally get our own set of wheels and we explore more of the surrounding areas of Chiang Mai.